Hello, everyone. Welcome to Learn English with Lee. I'm very happy you are here with me today. If you are listening right now, maybe you are learning English, but sometimes speaking still feels a little scary. Maybe you understand many words. Maybe you know grammar. But when it is time to speak, your mind suddenly becomes quiet. You don't know what to say.
Lee, that is exactly how I feel sometimes. I understand what people say, but when I try to answer, I feel nervous. My brain starts asking too many questions. What should I say? Is my grammar correct? Will they understand me?
Yes, that happens to many English learners around the world. And today we will talk about something very important: small talk. Small talk is the simple conversation we have every day. For example, talking to a coworker, talking to a classmate, talking to someone in a coffee shop. These conversations are not very deep, but they are very important because small talk helps you feel comfortable speaking English.
So, small talk is like casual conversation?
Yes, exactly. Small talk is casual conversation. It is the kind of conversation that helps people connect with each other. For example, imagine you arrive at work. You see your coworker. You probably don't start with a big question like, "What is your biggest dream in life?"
Yes, that would be very strange.
Instead, you say something simple. "Good morning. How are you today? Did you have a good weekend?" These are small talk questions. They are simple, but they help start a conversation.
I see. But sometimes I don't know how to continue the conversation. I can say, "How are you?" But after that, I don't know what to say.
That is a very common problem. Starting the conversation is easy, but continuing the conversation can feel difficult. So today, we will practice something very useful: how to start small talk, continue the conversation, and ask simple follow-up questions.
Follow-up questions?
Yes, a follow-up question is a question you ask after someone answers you. For example, imagine this conversation. You ask someone, "How was your weekend?" They answer, "It was good. I went to the park." Now the conversation can stop. Or you can ask a follow-up question. For example, "Oh, nice. Which park did you go to?" Now the conversation continues.
Ah, I understand. So, follow-up questions keep the conversation alive.
Exactly. Think of conversation like a small ball. You throw the ball, the other person throws it back. Then you throw it again, back and forth. That is conversation.
I like that idea. Sometimes I feel like I drop the ball.
That is okay. Everyone drops the ball sometimes, even native speakers. The important thing is to relax. Conversation does not need to be perfect. It only needs to be natural.
Lee, can we try a small example?
Of course. Let's imagine we are coworkers. You arrive at the office in the morning. You see me. You want to start small talk. What would you say?
Okay, let me try. Good morning, Lee. How are you today?
Very good. That is a perfect start. Now I answer. "I'm good, thank you. A little sleepy today." Now what can you say next?
Maybe, oh, really? Did you sleep late?
Excellent. That is a perfect follow-up question. Now I answer again. "Yes, I watched a movie last night." Now you have another chance. What can you ask?
Maybe, what movie did you watch?
Perfect. Now the conversation continues naturally.
Oh, I see something now.
What do you notice?
The questions often start with what How, did, do.
Very good observation. Those are very common question starters. They make conversation easy. For example, what did you do yesterday? How was your day? Did you watch the game? Do you like coffee?
I definitely like coffee.
Many people do. Coffee is actually a great small talk topic.
Really?
Yes, imagine you are standing in a coffee shop. You can say something like, "This place makes great coffee," or "The line is long today." These simple comments can start conversation.
Oh, so small talk can start with comments too.
Exactly. Not only questions, you can also make observations. For example, "It's really hot today." "That meeting was long." "This cafe is busy today." These comments invite conversation.
I like that. It feels less stressful than asking many questions.
Yes, sometimes comments feel more natural, and the other person can respond easily. For example, you say, "It's really hot today." The other person might say, "Yes, it's much hotter than yesterday." And just like that, the conversation has started.
Lee, I think many learners worry about saying something wrong.
Yes, that fear is very common. But remember something important. People are usually happy when someone tries to speak their language. They are not waiting for perfect grammar. They are simply having a conversation.
That makes me feel better.
Good, because speaking English is not about perfection, it is about connection, talking, sharing small moments, and slowly building confidence. And today, we will practice many more real-life small talk situations together.
Let's continue our conversation practice. A moment ago, we talked about starting small talk. We talked about simple questions and simple comments. Now, let's practice something very important: how to keep a conversation going naturally.
Yes, that's the part I struggle with the most. Sometimes I start the conversation, but after 2 or 3 sentences, everything becomes quiet.
That's very normal, but there is a very simple technique that helps a lot. It is called react and ask.
React and ask?
Yes, first you react to what the person said. Then you ask a small question. Let me show you. Imagine I say, "I went hiking last weekend." Your reaction could be, "Oh, nice," or "That sounds fun." Then you ask a question. For example, "Where did you go hiking?"
Ah, I see. So first show interest, then ask something.
Exactly. Let's practice together. I will say something, you react and ask a question. Ready?
Ready.
I tried a new restaurant yesterday.
Oh, nice. What kind of restaurant was it?
Very good. That sounds natural. Now another one. I started watching a new TV show.
That sounds interesting. What show is it?
Perfect. You are doing exactly the right thing. Short reaction, then a question.
It actually feels easier when you explain it like this.
Yes, conversation becomes easier when you think of it as small steps. React, ask, listen, respond.
Lee, sometimes people answer very quickly, and then I feel pressure to respond quickly too.
That happens in real conversations. But remember something important. You can take a small moment to think. For example, you can say small, natural phrases like, let me think, or "That's a good question." These phrases give you time.
Oh, that's useful. So I don't have to answer immediately.
Exactly. Let's practice a short conversation where you take a moment to think. I will ask you something. What did you do after work yesterday?
Let me think. I went to the gym.
Nice. Now I can continue. Oh, that's great. Do you go to the gym often?
Yes, a few times a week.
That sounds healthy. What kind of exercise do you usually do?
Mostly running.
See how the conversation keeps moving?
Yes, and the questions are very natural.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about another common situation, talking with someone you don't know very well. For example, a new coworker, a classmate, someone at an event. In these situations, small talk helps people feel comfortable.
But I sometimes feel shy with new people.
That's very normal. Many people feel that way. But simple questions can make the situation easier. Here are some very common ones. Where are you from? What do you do? How long have you lived here?
Yes, I hear those questions often.
Let's try a role play. Imagine we meet at a workshop. We're sitting next to each other. I start the conversation. Hi, I'm Lee.
Hi, Lee. I'm James.
Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
I'm from Cambodia.
Oh, nice. How long have you lived in Phnom Penh?
About 5 years.
That's great. What do you do for work?
I work in an office.
Oh, interesting. Do you enjoy your job?
Yes, most of the time.
See? That conversation is very natural.
Yes, and it feels realistic.
Because these are the exact questions people ask every day. Now let's practice something else. Expanding your answers. What do you mean by expanding?
Sometimes learners answer questions with only 1 or 2 words. For example, someone asks, "How was your weekend?" You answer, "Good," and the conversation stops.
Oh yes, I do that sometimes. Instead, try to add one more sentence. For example, "It was good. I went to the park with my friends." Now the other person has something to ask about.
Ah, I see. So first show interest, then ask something.
Exactly. Let's practice together. I will say something, you react and ask a question. Ready?
Ready.
I tried a new restaurant yesterday.
Oh, nice. What kind of restaurant was it?
Very good. That sounds natural. Now another one. I started watching a new TV show.
That sounds interesting. What show is it?
Perfect. You are doing exactly the right thing. Short reaction, then a question.
It actually feels easier when you explain it like this.
Yes, conversation becomes easier when you think of it as small steps. React, ask, listen, respond.
Lee, sometimes people answer very quickly, and then I feel pressure to respond quickly too.
That happens in real conversations. But remember something important. You can take a small moment to think. For example, you can say small, natural phrases like, let me think, or that's a good question. These phrases give you time.
Oh, that's useful. So I don't have to answer immediately.
Exactly. Let's practice a short conversation where you take a moment to think. I will ask you something. What did you do after work yesterday?
Let me think. I went to the gym.
Nice. Now I can continue. Oh, that's great. Do you go to the gym often?
Yes, a few times a week.
That sounds healthy. What kind of exercise do you usually do?
Mostly running.
See how the conversation keeps moving?
Yes, and the questions are very natural.
Exactly. Now let's talk about another common situation, talking with someone you don't know very well. For example, a new coworker, a classmate, someone at an event. In these situations, small talk helps people feel comfortable.
But I sometimes feel shy with new people.
That's very normal. Many people feel that way. But simple questions can make the situation easier. Here are some very common ones. Where are you from? What do you do? How long have you lived here?
Yes, I hear those questions often.
Let's try a role play. Imagine we meet at a workshop. We're sitting next to each other. I start the conversation. Hi, I'm Lee.
Hi, Lee. I'm James.
Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
I'm from Cambodia.
Oh, nice. How long have you lived in Phnom Penh?
About 5 years.
That's great. What do you do for work?
I work in an office.
Oh, interesting. Do you enjoy your job?
Yes, most of the time.
See, that conversation is very natural
Yes, and it feels realistic.
because these are the exact questions people ask every day. Now let's practice something else, expanding your answers. What do you mean by expanding?
Sometimes learners answer questions with only 1 or 2 words. For example, someone asks, "How was your weekend?" You answer, "Good," and the conversation stops.
Oh, yes, I do that sometimes. Instead, try to add one more sentence. For example, it was good. I went to the park with my friends. Now the other person has something to ask about.
Ah, I see. So first show interest, then ask something.
Exactly. Let's practice together. I will say something, you react and ask a question. Ready?
Ready.
I tried a new restaurant yesterday.
Oh, nice. What kind of restaurant was it?
Very good. That sounds natural. Now another one. I started watching a new TV show.
That sounds interesting. What show is it?
Perfect. You are doing exactly the right thing. Short reaction, then a question. And just like that, the conversation grows. Lee, can small talk also include talking about weather? Yes, absolutely. Weather is one of the most famous small talk topics. People talk about weather everywhere
Why weather?
because it is something everyone experiences and it is very easy to talk about. For example, it's really hot today. It might rain later. It's a beautiful day today.
Yes, I hear people say that a lot.
Let's practice a short weather conversation. It's really hot today.
Yes, it's much hotter than yesterday.
I hope it rains later.
Me too. The weather's been very dry.
See? Very simple, but very natural.
Lee, I feel like we are practicing real life.
That's exactly the goal, because English becomes easier when you practice real situations. Now, let's imagine another situation. You are waiting for an elevator with a coworker. You don't know them very well, but you want to be friendly. What could you say?
Maybe busy day today?
That's excellent. Very natural. Now I respond. Yes, it's been a busy morning. Now, what could you say?
Maybe I hope the afternoon is easier.
Perfect. That sounds very natural. Elevator
Now let's move into another very common real-life situation, talking with coworkers or classmates during a break. This is a moment when small talk happens very naturally. Maybe you are getting coffee. Maybe you are sitting together during lunch. These small moments are perfect opportunities to practice English.
Yes, I notice that many conversations happen during breaks. But sometimes I just sit quietly because I don't know how to join the conversation.
That's a very common feeling, but joining a conversation can actually be very simple. You don't need to say something big or impressive. You can start with something small. For example, "That smells good. What are you eating?"
Oh, that's a good one. It feels friendly and natural.
Exactly. Food is another very easy small talk topic. People enjoy talking about food. Let's imagine a situation. We are coworkers sitting in the lunch area. I open my lunchbox. You notice the food. What could you say?
Maybe that looks really good.
Perfect. Now I answer, "Thank you. I made it this morning." Now what could you ask?
What did you cook?
Very natural. I answer, "It's fried rice with vegetables." Now the conversation continues.
Oh, nice. Do you like cooking?
Yes. You see how easy that conversation flows?
Yes, it feels comfortable.
Because the topic is simple, and simple topics create relaxed conversations. Now let's talk about another common topic, free time, and hobbies. People often ask about hobbies because they help us learn about each other. For example, what do you like to do in your free time?
Yes, I hear that question sometimes.
Let's practice it. Repeat after me. What do you like to do in your free time?
What do you like to do in your free time?
Very good. Now imagine someone asks you that question. How could you answer?
In my free time, I like watching movies.
Great answer. Now I can ask a follow-up question. What kind of movies do you like?
I like action movies.
Nice. And maybe I continue. Do you have a favorite actor?
Yes, I like Keanu Reeves.
Many people like him. See how the conversation naturally grows?
Yes, and it feels like a real conversation.
Because it is exactly how people talk in everyday life. Now let's talk about another useful conversation skill, sharing a small personal experience.
What do you mean?
Sometimes when someone tells you something, you can respond by sharing a small experience. For example, someone says, "I went to the beach last weekend." You could say, "Oh, nice. I went to the beach last month. It was very relaxing." Now both people are sharing experiences.
Oh, so conversation becomes more balanced.
Exactly. Conversation should not feel like an interview. Both people share, both people listen, both people ask questions.
That makes the conversation feel more natural.
Yes, let's practice a short conversation like that. I watched a great movie last night.
Oh, really? What movie was it?
It was an action movie.
Nice. I watched an action movie last week, too.
Oh, really? Which one?
It was John Wick.
That's a very popular movie. See? You asked a question, then you shared your own experience.
Yes, I see how that works now.
Now let's talk about another real-life situation, talking with someone while waiting. For example, waiting in line, waiting for a bus, waiting before a meeting. These moments often create small talk opportunities.
Yes, waiting can feel awkward sometimes.
Exactly, but small talk can make the moment more comfortable. For example, imagine we are waiting in a long line at a cafe. You might say, "This line is really long today."
Yes, that feels very natural.
Now I respond, "Yes, it's much longer yesterday." Now you can continue.
Maybe everyone needs coffee today.
Yes, that sounds very natural. Small comments like that can create friendly conversations.
Lee, sometimes I worry that I might say something strange.
That worry is very common, but remember something important. In small talk, people are not looking for perfect sentences. They are simply enjoying a moment of conversation. Even if your English is not perfect, people usually understand your intention.
That makes me feel more relaxed.
Good, because confidence grows when we stop worrying too much about mistakes. Mistakes are part of learning. Every conversation you have helps your English improve. Now let's practice another short role play. Imagine we are classmates after class. I start the conversation. "That was an interesting class today."
Yes, it was.
"What did you think about the lesson?"
I thought it was helpful.
"Me too. I especially liked the discussion part."
Yes, the discussion was fun.
"Do you enjoy group discussions?"
Yes, but sometimes I feel shy.
That's understandable. Speaking in a group can feel difficult, but practice helps a lot. Lee, something interesting is happening. What do you mean?
While we practice these conversations, I feel less afraid of speaking English.
That is wonderful to hear, because confidence grows step by step. You don't need to speak perfectly, you only need to speak a little more each day.
Yes, and these small conversations feel manageable.
Exactly. Small talk is like training for bigger conversations. It builds comfort, it builds fluency, and it helps you connect with people.
Lee, I have another question.
Of course.
What if the conversation starts to end? Sometimes I feel unsure how to finish politely.
That is a great question. Ending a conversation politely is also an important skill. For example, you can say,
Well, it was nice talking with you. Or, I should get back to work. Or, see you later.
Oh, those sound very natural.
Yes, they are simple and friendly. For example, imagine we are coworkers finishing a short conversation. Well, it was nice talking with you.
Yes, nice talking with you too.
See you later.
See you later.
And that's it, a polite ending.
That feels comfortable.
Good, because conversations naturally begin and end, and both parts are important. And in our next practice, we will explore even more real-life conversation situations and practice speaking with even more confidence. Let's continue practicing together. By now, we have talked about many real-life situations. Starting small talk, continuing a conversation, asking follow-up questions, joining conversations, and ending conversations politely. Now let's focus on something many learners really want: speaking with more confidence.
Yes, confidence is something I want very much. Sometimes I know the words, but I still feel nervous speaking.
That feeling is very common. Confidence does not appear suddenly. It grows slowly with practice. One helpful way to build confidence is role play practice.
Role play?
Yes, role play means we imagine a real situation and practice the conversation. This helps your brain prepare for real life. When the real situation happens later, your brain already knows what to do.
That sounds very useful.
Let's try one together. Imagine you are at a cafe. You see someone you know from work. You walk over and start a conversation. You can begin.
Okay. Hey, Lee, I didn't expect to see you here.
Hi, James. Yes, I come here sometimes after work. How are you today?
I'm doing well, thanks. Just relaxing after a long day.
That sounds nice. Was work busy today?
Yes, it was a little busy, but it was a good day.
That's good to hear. What are you drinking?
Just a coffee.
Nice choice. This cafe makes great coffee.
Yes, I like it here. It's quiet and comfortable.
See how natural that conversation feels?
Yes, it feels like a real situation.
Exactly. Now let's try another role play. This time, imagine you meet a new coworker for the first time. You want to introduce yourself and start a friendly conversation.
Okay, I'll try. Hi, I don't think we've met before. I'm James.
Nice to meet you, James. I'm Lee.
Nice to meet you too. How long have you been working here?
About 6 months. What about you?
I just started last week.
Oh, that's exciting. How do you like it so far?
I like it. Everyone has been very friendly.
That's great. What department do you work in?
I work in the marketing department.
Oh, interesting. That conversation sounds very natural.
Yes, and the questions are simple.
Exactly. Simple questions are the key to comfortable conversation. Now I want to share something very important. Many learners believe they must speak perfect English to have good conversations, but this is not true. In real life, conversations are often simple. People repeat themselves. People pause. People think.
That's true. Even in my native language, conversations are not perfect.
Exactly. Conversation is human, and humans are not perfect.
Lee, I think many learners also worry about pronunciation.
Yes, that is another common worry. But remember something important. Clear communication is more important than perfect pronunciation. If people understand you, the conversation is successful.
That makes a lot of sense.
And pronunciation improves naturally the more you speak and listen. Now let's practice something else that helps conversation feel natural: showing interest.
How do we show interest?
We show interest with small reactions. For example, really? That's interesting. Oh, wow. Nice. These short reactions make the conversation feel alive.
Yes, I hear people say those things often.
Let's practice a short example. Lee, I traveled to Thailand last month.
Oh, really? How was the trip?
It was wonderful. The beaches were beautiful.
That sounds amazing.
See? Those small reactions show that you are listening.
Yes, they make the conversation feel more friendly.
Exactly. Now let's try a longer role play. Imagine we are coworkers talking on Friday afternoon. The weekend is coming. I'm looking forward to the weekend.
Me too. Do you have any plans?
I might visit my family. What about you?
I think I will meet some friends.
That sounds fun. Where will you meet them?
Maybe at a restaurant downtown.
Nice. Do you go there often?
Yes, the food is really good.
That conversation flows very naturally.
Yes, it feels comfortable.
Because we used simple questions and we showed interest in each other's answers.
Lee, I think something feels changing.
What do you feel?
At the beginning, speaking English felt stressful, but now it feels more like talking.
That is exactly what we want. English is not only a subject to study, it is a tool for communication, a way to connect with people, a way to share stories and ideas.
I like thinking about English that way.
Good, because when you focus on connection instead of perfection, speaking becomes easier. Before we finish today, I want us to practice one more situation, a situation many people experience. Talking with someone you meet unexpectedly. For example, imagine you see an old friend on the street. You haven't seen them for a long time. What might you say?
Maybe, wow, it's been a long time.
Perfect. That's a very natural sentence. Now I respond, yes, it really has. Now what could you ask?
How have you been?
Excellent. That is one of the most common questions in English conversation.
It feels friendly and warm.
Exactly. And the conversation continues from there. And as we move toward the end of our conversation today, we will reflect on everything we practiced and finish with some final speaking practice together. We have practiced many real-life conversations together today, starting small talk, continuing a conversation, asking follow-up questions, sharing experiences, showing interest, and something very important, speaking with confidence.
Yes, I feel like we practiced many situations that happen in everyday life.
Exactly, because the best way to learn conversation is to practice real situations. You don't need complicated vocabulary, you don't need perfect grammar. You only need 3 simple things: curiosity, kindness, and the courage to speak.
I like that. Curiosity, kindness, and courage.
Yes, curiosity helps you ask questions. Kindness makes conversations friendly, and courage helps you speak even when you feel nervous.
Lee, I want to try one more conversation practice.
Of course, let's imagine a simple situation. You meet a coworker on Monday morning. You want to start a conversation. You can begin.
Okay. Good morning, Lee. How was your weekend?
It was very nice, thank you. I spent some time with my family. What about you?
My weekend was relaxing. I watched a movie and rested at home.
That sounds nice. What movie did you watch?
It was an action movie.
Nice. Do you enjoy action movies?
Yes, they're exciting.
That conversation sounded very natural.
Yes, and it felt easy.
Because you used simple English, and simple English works very well in real conversations.
Lee, I think many learners wait too long before speaking.
That is true. Many learners study grammar for years. They read books, they watch videos, but they don't practice speaking.
Yes, because they feel afraid of making mistakes.
But mistakes are part of learning. Every mistake teaches you something. Every conversation makes you stronger.
So the goal is not to speak perfectly.
Exactly. The goal is to communicate, to share ideas, to ask questions, to connect with people.
That makes speaking feel much less stressful.
Good, because English should open doors, not create fear. Before we finish today, let's practice a few simple conversation questions that listeners can use in their daily life. I will ask the question, then you can answer after listening.
That sounds like a great idea.
Here's the first question. How was your day today?
My day was good. I had a productive morning and a relaxing afternoon.
Very nice. Here's the second question. What do you usually do after work?
After work, I usually go home and relax. Sometimes I watch a movie or read.
Great answer. Here's another one. What do you like to do on weekends?
On weekends, I like meeting friends and trying new restaurants.
That sounds fun. These are exactly the kinds of questions people ask every day. Simple questions, friendly conversations, natural English.
Lee, I feel much more confident after practicing these conversations.
That makes me very happy to hear. Confidence grows when you practice speaking regularly. Even short conversations help. Talking with a friend, talking with a coworker, even practicing aloud while listening to podcasts like this.
Yes, repeating sentences and practicing role play really helps.
Absolutely. And remember something very important. You don't need long conversations every day. Even a 2-minute conversation can improve your confidence.
That makes practice feel more achievable.
Exactly. Small steps create big progress over time. And to everyone listening today, thank you for spending this time practicing English with us.
Yes, thank you for listening and learning with us.
Learn calmly. If you enjoyed practicing today, remember that speaking English becomes easier every time you use it. Don't wait for perfect grammar. Don't wait for perfect pronunciation. Just start speaking. A simple question, a short comment, a friendly conversation. Those small moments are how real confidence grows.
And remember, everyone learning English feels nervous sometimes. You're not alone.
Exactly. Keep practicing, keep listening, and most importantly, keep speaking. Thank you again for joining us today on Learn English with Lee.
We're very happy you were here with us.
Take care, keep practicing your English, and we will talk with you again very soon.